am the Yoginminimalist. I've been practicing yoga for 7 years now. I want to take everything that I learned from yoga, from tribal dance, animal flow, qigong, tai chi, karate, just all the beneficial movements that I've learned in my life and share them with you guys. Today we're going to be going over how to touch our toes. And what really helps me touch my toes is lengthening out our hamstrings. So we're going to stretch those guys out. There's 3 main hamstrings. There's the semimembranosus, semitendinosus, and the biceps femoris. And that is the outer hamstring, the inner hamstring, and then the middle hamstring. The first stretch that we're going to be doing is going to be stretching out our lower back. So I like to stretch out my lower back and my hamstrings. That's what really helps me touch my toes, and hopefully we'll be able to touch them with you all today as well. I don't own the rights to any of this music, so don't sue me. Deep meditation, relaxing spa for healing, because I'm using your music. And we'll get started. The first pose I like to do is I'll hug my knees. I'll then just extend my feet like I'm doing a bicycle. And we're going to be doing these stretches for about 30 seconds so we can fully breathe into them, and we can actually get a great benefit out of them if we do hold them and move while we stretch. So I like to do them for 30 seconds. I'll hug my knees again. I'll then do sort of the same sort of motion. I'll extend my feet out, but this time I'll bring them in like I'm doing a butterfly. I exhale as I bring them in. Inhale as I push out. And I exhale when I bring them in because this is where I feel the tension right here. So I breathe out so I can release it and almost get a deeper stretch. And I feel it on the inwards of my, I'm stretching out my inner hamstring on this stretch. And our last one. After that, we'll transition to go on our back. I'll hug my knee, and then I'll kick out. I exhale as I bring it in. Inhale as I stretch out. This stretch is stretching out our center bicep, our middle hamstring, not bicep. I looked up all those terms on Google, so now I feel really smart, and that's why I'm using them. We'll switch to our other leg. And our last one. From there, I'll kind of make an L with my body. So So I'll sit up straight and then just kind of fall over. The shoulder which I'm lying on, that hand touches the leg. And again, I try to keep both my feet pointing towards the ceiling, but I'm laying in it out. My hip does raise off the ground, as you can see here, but I'm trying to keep it down. And I wave during this pose. Put a lot of tension through here. So nice deep breaths are great for this stretch. I inhale as I touch my hip, and then exhale as I stretch out, so I can release that tightness. Switching to the other side. Same thing. Legs pointed towards the ceiling. I land in L. With the shoulder that I'm laying on, it touches those legs. And I exhale as I touch the ground. Inhale as I go back to touch my hip. Transition to laying in an L sort of shape. Straight. The leg that's lying on top, I bring that leg towards my chest. Like so. If I hold it under, I'll then also kick out. That was a lot at one time. So again, the leg that's on top, it comes to my chest. I grab underneath it, and as I stretch it out, I exhale. This is stretching our outer hamstring and also loosening up our glutes as well. And our last one. So we'll switch legs. The leg that's lying on top, that comes to our chest. Grab it, and we exhale as we stretch it out. this stretch, I try to remind myself to keep my legs straight. Sometimes I'll bend outwards, but I want to keep them straight here and kind of point my toes while I do this one. Since we're holding it for a while, I like to rotate my shoulders back and forth. That way I really get all those vertebrae stretched out. With that, and we'll transition to our last one. So a nice hip opener, it's like a lunge. We'll lean on our knee with the same arm that's connected to that side of the body. That elbow tries to touch the heel of the ground, or I guess the heel of your foot, not the ground. Again, I inhale as I'm here. And I slowly start exhaling once I get here, once I get closer to my heel, because that's where it gets tight. This stretch is loosening up our middle hamstring and our inner hamstring. And our last one. We'll switch to our other leg. Again, the same arm that's connected to that leg, that's what you want touching to your heel of your foot. It's at this point where I'm really hoping I hit record. I'm pretty sure, but you never know. Finished with that one. A prequel to touching our toes is we're going to actually touch our knees first for a while. I like to kind of sit up straight and actually kind of try to bring my toes towards me first. So I start like loosening up those hamstrings, actually tightening up my hamstrings. I just loosen them up a lot. I'm just using my own strength to kind of pull them rather than using a movement to loosen them. If that makes any sort of sense. I stumbled over my words a lot on that one. But basically, pull your toes and kind of point them towards you for 10. You can relax them if you've been doing that this whole time as I was talking incessantly. We'll then grab our shins now, and we'll kind of hunch now. Our posture isn't as great as it was when we were on our knees. We'll hunch a little bit. This is the point where I like to take some deep breaths, especially any sore spots that you have or any tight spots that you have. Mine's in my lower back. I like to breathe into this area before touching my toes. grab our ankles. And if you can't grab your ankles, if you're still only at your knees or at your shins, that's totally fine. We're just still loosening up our backs. Hopefully by the end of this video, you'll still be able to touch your toes. That last 10, see if you can. If you can't this way, definitely try this way. Since we did a lot of leg exercises, maybe you'll be able to touch that way. Or even, we loosened a lot of our back that way. So, it was an absolute blast talking with you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. It's Greg, the Yoginminimalist. It's my first video, and I'm sure more to come. So again, thank you very much.